What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization V AI only world battle. Lots has happened in the last 3 turns, so again I've had to come back early, which means it's going to be very difficult when I'm sitting there after the next episode, which will be the final proper episode, just watching all this cool stuff happen and not being able to tell you. And also I miss stuff. I'm going to miss stuff and I'm going to have to do my best to explain what's going on. But basically the freedom nations of the world, Brazil and Korea, I'm not including India, although they are following freedom because they're not involved, have a huge coalition against them now. So the Shoshone and some more are the Shoshone and some more thingy. What am I saying? The Shoshone are at war with Brazil alongside the Huns, Indonesia, and some others, but I don't think the other one was important or I would have remembered. Korea are in a war with Argentina and the Huns, which is pretty big. And now we've just seen New Zealand and Siam break out in a war against Indonesia, which may go well for them. And Spain now has atomic bombs. Nothing else has really developed in the world. The Zulu took that back. I'm pretty sure that hasn't happened. It looks like Munich's going to fall to Poland. So that's going on. So, yeah. I don't really know what to say now. So what is going on? Is there anything else big going on? I don't think so. The Iroquois-Vietnam War is still raging. The big thing about the Korea-Huns War is up here, this area here. Obviously Korea have atomic bombs again. Could use them. If Korea broke out in a war with Siam, a nuke here would pretty much ruin Siam's chances of victory. And now is Korea's turn. Did they drop a bomb? No, they did not. But they're gonna attack. They're gonna make a move. And Shoshone. Okay, so the Shoshone are in a war with Korea. I didn't see this, but I suspected it because I saw some damage to a carrier over here. The Shoshone are in a war with both Korea and the Shoshone have their own atomic bomb. So we have a second nuclear nation v nuclear nation war. This war, Zulu is probably very close to that. If the Zulu do not have one already, I'm pretty sure the Zulu do have nukes somewhere. And if not, the Huns don't just yet, but they are very close to be able to get them. The Huns are a lot further behind than we actually thought they were. But a Korean nuclear strike, a strike from Shoshone on Seoul would be pretty devastating. So that is something we've got to keep our eyes out for. But everything else in the world's pretty messed up. Argentina obviously sort of fizzled out. They've just failed against Brazil. I don't know what's going on, but I presume that was the start of this coalition, because now Argentina are in a war with Korea and Brazil. That wasn't Argentina wanting to take land. It was the start of a huge coalition against the freedom nations. And Chile is also in a war with Korea, it turns out. Didn't know that either. So Korea and Brazil are in a lot of wars. Korea are in trouble, but Korea may also do well. So I'm not going to say they're in trouble fully. But yeah, I'm surprised California is still alive. That is also surprising. And turn processing has sped up for some reason. I don't know what's happened. I think everyone's just lost so many units that it's finally sped up. But yeah, this is the second to last full episode of this series. I'm just going to leave it. It's 360, so it's going to take all day. Me just leaving it to run to try to get to turn 450. I don't want to miss who wins the campaign. That is something I'm bearing in mind. Obviously, the game will stop, I believe, once it gets to a point. Vietnam have already built one of the spaceship parts and sent it into space. They've sent the first booster up to space, and they did grab the Hubble Space Telescope wonder, which is going to push them even further closer, as it did in my American campaign, to that science victory. As you can see, 73 technologies now, 4 ahead of Korea, who have overtaken the Iroquois. Okay, so Korea have got their atomic bombs all in Beijing, 3 of them. I guess that's saying they're more scared of maybe the Siam here, maybe, I don't know. But will New Zealand have any success this time? I don't think so. I really don't. I mean, they need Siam to do the work and then sneak in with one of their units. That's what New Zealand need. But don't see that happening, really. But Australia as well, what are they doing? I have no idea. I think Australia may have been the other one to declare war on Brazil. But again, it doesn't matter. They're not going to do anything. And just going to get a drink. Recording so many videos in a day. My voice is going. Something we did miss Wait, are Argentina? No, they're not at peace, but Argentina did grab this city in the north. I didn't even notice that. But yeah, Tiahuanaco was not always Argentinian, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's in resistance, so this has fallen to Argentina already. But they seem to have burned out of units now, and they're sort of splitting just along the line. They're not picking a specific city to go for, so they're in trouble. Mali has built up quite a big army as well, can I say? Credit to Mali. Where are the Zulus' nukes? They're not up there, we've already checked. I presume they're somewhere. Maybe they're on a carrier, I don't know. Because the Iroquois are sitting here with a nuke, just making sure. Obviously all their other nukes are stored over here as well, all 3 of them off the Zulu coast. But the Zulu I don't think have any. I'm pretty sure they can build them. Maybe they're just against them. Maybe Shaka's just like, you know what, I've been pretty aggressive in this campaign. I don't think I need to use nukes as well. But yeah, no nukes used just yet. So that's insane. I can't believe that the Iroquois have not used one on Saigon, because they failed embarrassingly in invading. And the Huns took Nineveh back again, and there's one paratrooper here, but that is the last melee unit in Asia, I guess. See, I guess this infantry's here as well, but other than that, if the Huns can get units over here, they may finally start to hold on to Nineveh permanently, which would be what they need to do. Munich is in trouble. Poland, it's Poland's turn now. I mean, luckily Britain's navy is defending. Oh, Poland peaced out with Vietnam and Britain, which means Britain have ceased control permanently, for now anyway, of... Do they have any nukes? No, just bombers. Britain have given full control of Berlin and Hamburg to Poland, huge cities in Western Europe, and probably puts Poland ahead, very close to, if not now ahead of Britain, although Britain are technologically more advanced. And obviously getting out of a war with Vietnam also helps. I just point out the only autocratic North Korean style nations in this game at the moment are Egypt, who are obviously no longer the strength they used to be, so they're autocracy still. And now the leader of the autocratic, no freedom, unfree world is the Soviet Union. The leader of freedom world is pretty much Korea, but they are very unhappy. They may have a revolution soon as well. They are suffering from a lot of unhappiness. And then you're left finally with the other freedom nations, obviously India, Brazil. And then the leader of the order world is, I guess you'd say, the Zulu or Iroquois. I don't know who. Specifically, if you're going to go tech-wise, you'd say the Iroquois. The Zulu are a little bit behind, but if you said production, say the Zulu. Land area, again, you'd say the Iroquois. It's just a complete mixed match. So obviously the Shoshone are also an order nation and are catching up rapidly with the Iroquois, which is something to bear in mind. For video 35, it wouldn't be surprising if they waited long enough that we could see the Shoshone have just taken out the Iroquois, which would be huge. But it could definitely happen. Like, the longer the Iroquois go through the quicker the Iroquois get to those higher techs, and the quicker the Shoshone get there, the longer the Shoshone have. And I think the Shoshone are probably going to come out a little bit more powerful with all these larger cities down here in particular towards the late game than the Iroquois, if they were to hit a point where they both had the same tech level and the Shoshone were given enough time out of a war. There is a constant atomic bomb here though, just defending against the Shoshone. That's something to bear in mind. That is all I'm checking now, just going around the world checking for nukes. That's the interesting thing. Chile is not going to lose anything here. Daegu is not going to fall to Shoshone. I don't know if you can read this writing, but on my screen it's very hard to depict the red from the blue. It's probably just my screen that... Oh wow, look at this. Okay, so China have lost control of Mongolia's capital due to this. Well, they've not lost control, but they're cut off by the citadel. So that's pretty interesting. No nuclear weapons yet, Iroquois. You're being very brave. And so are Vietnam. Like, Vietnam have got 2 atomic bombs and they're just keeping them here. They could have done some huge damage to the Soviet Union. But they're just like, no, we're nice to you. Well, you can keep those. You can keep your units. You're not making any progress. Whoa, Isabella. Whoa, Spain? Really? Spain is catching up very well late game. They are probably the most powerful civ in Europe as of right now because of Britain and Poland's war. But once they're both back up to full strength, Britain and Poland, I probably wouldn't consider Spain. Maybe Spain is stronger than Britain now. Maybe. And probably Poland as well. Spain are probably the strongest. You know what? Give it to them. Spain are probably the strongest in Europe right now. They've got a lot of units in Madrid. But they do have to bear in mind that Iroquois have a lot of atomic bombs. 2 more off the coast of Spain, which is probably very worrying for Isabella. But yeah, Vietnam should win a science victory. I think Vietnam are most likely to pull out the in-game genuine victory unless the Iroquois generally make an attempt to take them out. Why does it keep taking me down? No, I don't want to go down here. Why is it doing this? It's really annoying. Argentina could take out Chile, but I think that would upset everyone, and they're sort of in the middle of doing something. Vietnam and the Soviet Union pieced out. And nothing happened, okay. But now these atomic bombs may get sent down south to Hanoi or Saigon, and then the Iroquois are in trouble. The one thing is that Vietnam is, they're being attacked in their, or were being attacked in their homeland, of, you know, very close to home. Well, the Iroquois, you know, this is just some land they picked up. They're not too bothered if they lose it. They've still got all of these huge cities over here. In particular, Philadelphia looks like their largest city. Much larger than their capital. Washington's pretty big as well. Credit. What is the largest city? Should we go? You know, let's go over this just while I click next turn, because there's no cities falling right now, and I don't want to look. There's so many sieges going on. I don't want to look at everything. So Philadelphia 24. Is that the largest in the North American region? It probably will be, just because the Shoshone have like destroyed all these cities pretty recently. Yes, it is 24 in South America, 22 La Plata, 26 in Salvador, no, 32 in Buenos Aires is the largest city. Over to Europe, you've got 24 in Madrid. London's at 32, and I have a feeling it will be London. 32. Oh no, yeah, 32 for Warsaw as well. So London, Warsaw are both very similar sized. The Huns of 30, but is that Europe? That's more Asia, I guess. In Africa, it is probably 14, 18 in Nyeni at 32. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm pretty sure it is that city. Who is attacking Oh, that's the Iroquois plains that are located all around here. Was a nuke used? No, it wasn't. But, okay, that's just the Iroquois using bombers here from their island over here. Do Vietnam have any nukes out here? That'd be pretty interesting. But anyway, yeah, okay, so the largest city in Africa is Nyeni at 32 population. In Asia, there's a lot to Saigon. Saigon is 31. Sorry, I just got a few texts. Trying to sort something out for tomorrow. 22. Obviously, Oceania, New Zealand's at 40 in Wellington. 32 in Seoul and 31. Okay, so Seoul, the Korean capital. So that was pretty interesting. Bit of fun, just checking what's going on in the world. But let's just keep focused. After this, you've got one video left. I have to pick the most exciting video possible, because after that, I'm going to not even be paying attention to what's going on. I'm just going to come back, and the map in almost 84 turns or so, I believe it's going to be, if I can get it. It'll be whatever it is in like a few hours time. If it's not quite turn 450, well, whatever, but we'll see. I'll try get it to turn 450 if I can. I'll let it run for as long as I can without getting bored today. Obviously I don't have to put all my time today, and I've got a week and all next week, and I mean this video is not going out for like 3 weeks, so I've got ages. This is pretty tense with LA having an atomic bomb in it. Surprised. Shoshone haven't used it yet. I mean, that'd be pretty devastating on Kyoto. Obviously, Korea keeping theirs very much up their sleeve, and they may actually have some success here. They need more units. They're just too spread out, Korea, at the moment. But I don't think they'll lose anything. Obviously, they've still got this city here. That is... Oh, wait, Indonesia didn't declare war on Korea. They were at war with Brazil. My bad. But New Zealand are not having success, and Siam's not contributing, so that doesn't matter. Again, don't know what New Zealand are doing, why they even bothered declaring the war. The Huns are plotting against Vietnam. Do you border each other? No, you don't. Oh, you kind of do, but that's not a good idea, Huns. They have nukes. You do not have nuclear weapons, so I wouldn't use that. No one has nuclear missiles yet. That is also something to bear in mind. Obviously, the thing is, a lot of nations build loads of atomic bombs with all their uranium, and then decide, well, why is it frozen? Oh, there we go. A lot of nations use all their uranium to build as many atomic bombs as they can, and then until they use those atomic bombs, they can't build nuclear missiles as such. And that's what we may be seeing with something like the Iroquois and Vietnam in particular, who probably do have access to nuclear missiles. They just they need to free up their uranium to actually be able to build them. I don't know if they actually have any. I mean, sometimes having lots of atomic bombs is sometimes better, I guess. I mean, there's a lot of atomic bombs in this direction. Hoshea, and there we go. Korea did make some progress, obviously against the Siberian region of the Huns. Duns have got no real way of reinforcing around here other than sending a few paratroopers in, but that city of Hoshea is the next one, and Korea is actually growing, so credit to them. They're holding off the Shoshone for now, and they're doing well. They're surprising me. Again, still, I thought they were going to be really boring, but late game, they've really come out of their shell. Quick drink. Sorry, guys. Oh, while I'm here, if you're still watching, thank you so much for watching this far into the video. That really means a lot to me. Please be sure to comment if I said this to you, because I want to know who you are, who are the real awesome fans in there. Because subscribers-wise, the last few weeks or last month since I've come back from my exams have been insane. I don't know how many subscribers I have right now. When I'm recording this, I have 38, but I may have more, may have less. But either way, we have grown so much. We've like doubled in size from when I stopped for a little while to focus on my exams. And you know, that's just been so wow. I can't believe it. Like, there's a video right now that's up that has 4 views and 3 likes. Like, that's incredible. Like, of the 4 people that watched that video, 3 liked it, and I'm pretty sure the one that didn't like it was me clicking on it to check that it actually uploaded properly and looked kind of okay. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. I have to thank you guys so much. And if you're watching right now, you people in particular who are making, I don't know, you're just making me enjoy this more for some reason. I don't know what I'm saying, but it's awesome to see your support, and thank you so much. But anyway, let's continue the focus. Is any new cities likely to fall? I'm going to go over the info addicts at the start of the next video for the final time. I will not go over them again. So not going over them again just means you guys won't pick out any mistakes I might accidentally make and get in the results. And like, I bet there would be someone, probably not watching this, but if you had like if you had much more viewers, I'm sure there'd be someone that would go through everyone and work out some maths mistake or something that I've made, or say, why did you leave this info addict out? So I don't want to go through that. I'm just going to show you them all next video, and that'll be it. I mean, I might show you them at the end, who knows, but you know what, yeah, let's leave the info addicts. We're not going to touch them. That made me sound like I was going to fudge the results. I'm not going to fudge the results, I promise, but we'll go over them at the final video and towards the results video. It'll be a really long results video, probably be 5 minutes me explaining what's changed over the course of the world. Who won and then going over the top 5, and then probably going over, and then after that we'll go over the info addicts just to show off those top 5 civs. But Egypt will no longer be in those top 5, so that's just pop in the screen, it won't be them. And the Huns are still holding on just about to Nineveh, although there is a Zulu infantry here. The Huns versus the Zulu, this has been such a big war, and it's been keeping that processing time down. How has this become a destroyer? How did it get there in the first place? I don't know. Whatever. Soviet Union just doing their own thing. Luckily for Britain, they held on to Munich. I mean, did Britain have uranium? Like, that's a big question. I don't think they do. Like, nah, they don't. Okay, so Britain don't have uranium, so they're not going to have atomic bombs, which is a shame for them. I mean, unless they buy some from somebody or whatever, or trade for some. But wow, this campaign has been mind-blowing. Just as mind-blowing as the American campaign. Some of the stuff that's gone on when Germany collapsed, that was insane. When Egypt collapsed, particularly Germany, like, and obviously now Britain has sort of rendered control of main Germany, what was mainland Germany, I guess, to Poland. So that's going to be very interesting. It's going to be probably a fight. I think right now, I'm going to say it now, I'm not going to go over it again, but until my top 5 are definitely, who I think will be in the top 5, the Iroquois and the Zulu. They're going to be in there. There's no shadow of a doubt they won't be. Even if they had a war with each other, I think they'll both be in there. The only way that would change is if the Shoshone somehow got involved against the Iroquois, perhaps. Maybe that would change things a little bit. But I think the Shoshone are in my top 5. That's 3 civs. And then I'm pretty sure Korea and Vietnam will probably be in there as well. And then Poland and Britain, and there we go, some Vietnam completing some more units. Of course, Britain completing the CN Tower. Don't forget, Vietnam's chances of winning a science victory also depend on their aluminium reserves. This was something I realised and had to buy aluminium and build recycling centres for in the America campaign, because I didn't have enough aluminium in my empire somehow to actually build the spaceship parts. And it looks like Vietnam, who do have another SS booster here, so they're getting closer to that science victory and those bonus points. I don't think there is any aluminium, so obviously once they get to they'll probably have to be buying that in, importing it from somebody, and then sending it off into space. I'm sure that won't be very the Civ having their metal sent off into space will not be too happy. There is 9 planes in this city, Siam. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please be sure to press that like button. Leave a comment, an awesome comment. Say how much you've enjoyed this series. Say how much you've hated this series. Leave whatever you want in the comments. Give me all that feedback so I know how to improve the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.